Hi there, my name is Lee and I run Max Nax Plus on eBay and Max TCG WYO and Tcgplayer. This being the week of, sorry I got notes, Friday the 8th through Sunday the 10th, which is, well, I guess now is the 11th. I'm recording it after midnight. Neither here or there. I just want to do a little recap. I haven't done any shorts or any long form videos in a minute because I've been stupid busy. And I don't really have time for it. I normally like to do like what I sold and packed, and people seem to enjoy that a little bit at least, but really haven't had time to do it when I have the orders flooding in and, you know, obligations like my wife and the kids, Mother's Day weekend, and went out to dinner, went to the mall, try to hang out with the kids a little bit, keep the place cleaned up as much as possible when you have a 4-year-old running around. But that's life, right? But don't mind me, I'm going to read off my notes. But for Tcgplayer, I sold 72 orders, and on eBay I sold 13. Tcgplayer generally has a higher volume, I've noticed, than eBay does, because I'm a level 4 seller, and the more you get up there, the more cards you list. I roughly have 29,000 cards listed, ranging from mostly Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Got some One Piece, I got some Weiss Schwartz, sell the card dividers that come out of the ETB boxes. Those are popular sellers. But when you have all that sort of option on there, you can get more sales and more volume quickly. I don't utilize a floor price currently. So, I mean, if you need the 1 cent damage card from me, come and get it. But when it comes to eBay, generally I have a floor price of $1.99 with free shipping. And assuming it doesn't sell on promoted listings, I usually make out 40 cents, and you take away shipping supplies out of that, maybe 20-30 cents on those orders. But the magic really happens when you were able to sell multiple of those. So if I sold 2 of those with free shipping, still the same 1 ounce stamp, same shipping supplies, but instead of the 40-50 cents, you'd get maybe like $1 $2. And when I run the buy 3 get 1 free, I actually had one of those orders today. It was on my later orders. They bought a ton of evolutions in hollow and reverse hollows, and it ended up being a $45 order, and they got it nailed down after taking off like the $8 or whatever it was for the free ones, down to like $37. They paid, you know, their sales tax and stuff, free shipping. I bumped it up from a standard envelope to an actual package because I felt that'd be worth it. Ended up making like $27 after shipping for essentially about $3 worth of cards that if it sold on Tcgplayer would be under $5. So that's the magic of eBay. A little bit, I'm going to say Thursday or Wednesday, excuse me. I think it was Wednesday, so that would have been, what, the 6th? I had a best offer received on my PSA 9 Gengar Cosmos Hollow. I got it back from PSA, unfortunately. It came back a 9. The majority of them get 10s. I don't see how this one got a 9, but, you know, what do you do, right? Had a nice little swirl above his hand, kind of holding the swirl right there. But somebody sent me an offer at it, listed for $499.99, free shipping. And obviously it's going to go with the authentication through eBay. But they sent me an offer for $400, and you know what? I said, screw it. Talked to my wife, talked to my son who's into Pokemon, and both of them were like, hey, are you going to sit there and hold on to it? Or is there enough margin in there for you to get it? And of course there was. Just shy of $100 on a free card. The $100 being a grading fee. Yeah, that was a no-brainer. That, after fees and shipping and the promoted listing, you know, of course, ended up getting $319.39 for that. So I'm real happy. Knock the $100 off of that, it's $219. The raw copy is selling anywhere from $150 to $250. I had 2 of them. I sold my first sealed one for $150 like the same day I listed it. Listed it with the photo, gone. So that more or less paid for the grading fee. But, you know, at the end, it's great. I didn't plan on sitting on it. I did want to sell it. I was hoping to get that 10, but, you know, you can say that about everything else, right? But in some of my old shorts, I demonstrated, or I shouldn't say demonstrated, but I showed everyone what I got from my local bulk buy. Somebody on Facebook was selling a binder of Japanese art rares, and they wanted, I think, $350 for it, and that seemed a little high for me. I told him that, and he came down to $250, which I thought was reasonable. And I started talking with him about, hey, you got any bulk? You know, I buy bulk I prefer it, but I do want these Japanese art rares. And he's like, well, I mean, I've got this 3-row box that's all reverse hollows, and they're all been organized and sleeved, and comes with top loaders and extra sleeves. And yeah, I want that. So I think we end up nailing that down to about $70. And I want to say I got it all processed one day last weekend when I picked it up. I want to say it was roughly 7,000 cards, and I didn't count the energies that were in there. There was a lot of Cosmos Hollows energies, and just regular Play Hollow energies and price pack cards. And the Cosmos Hollows I don't sell. I don't sell the Cosmos Hollows. I have a whole binder full of them. I think I did a short on them. Matter of fact, I think I'm 10 cards shy away from filling that up thanks to some of the cards I got from this order. But I managed to pick that up, and he had another white binder that was completely full of nothing but some lower end English illustration rares, a lot of full arts, Vs, VMAXs, nothing too crazy, a lot of regular EXs. But I think I talked to him, and he asked for 100. I didn't, negotiate. I took it. So all in $420 to him, and I got the full thing of bulk, reverse hollows, the Japanese art rares, and the binder full of English hits. And it is great. As of today, because of those 72 orders on Tcgplayer and 13 on eBay, I'm sitting around, after shipping, fees, cost of stamps, I'm sitting around $450. And of course, I gotta wait for that to trickle in as orders get delivered. But I'm already in the green, and I still have a lot to go through. I want to say all of it's been listed on Tcgplayer, at least. The stuff I plucked out, like reverse hollows, I put on eBay. I took at least like one copy of each hollow and reverse hollow that was in there, because there's a lot of duplicates. And all those got put in batches. Then I uploaded them with Card Uploader. And if you haven't used Card Uploader, I highly suggest it. $9.99 a month, or $9.99, I had to talk right, a month, unlimited scans. Of course, it's Canadian, so you got to pay that extra sauce for the Canadian transaction fee, which I think was like 30 cents for me. But tomato. It's a great system. I can't recommend it more. Nothing else is better as far as I can tell. It's the only one I've used, to be fair. But I was about to hop on another one that does it, a certain amount of money for a certain amount of scans a month. And then the creator of Card Uploader came out and said, you know what? Unlimited. So I said, you know what? Got my money. Thank you very much. But it's been great. So I got one copy of each of those listed, and several of them have sold. Those were those Evolutions especially. And I got some pretty good older bulk from that bulk set too. Most of it was SV, some Mega, but in a little bit I want to say Sword and Shield. Like Mewtwo sold. I had a hollow Crown Zenith Mewtwo, not the fancy SIR, but just the regular one. And that sold pretty, $2.99. That was good. And just some older reverse hollow bulk that was in good shape, because this guy kept his cards in tip top. I think maybe one or two of the cards that came across had a little bit of like slight edge wear, and they sold already too as light play. But that's great. I mean, I couldn't have been happier. It's really difficult around here to find anyone who's willing to sell cards for anything less than, what they think it's worth. Somebody was having a garage sale, and they individually tagged all their cards with like $5, $10, $15, and the cards are worth maybe $1 or $2 at best, and it wasn't even worth trying to check it out. Anyway, I'm super happy. I'm stoked about that. Getting back into it a little bit more, I wanted to note on that English binder, I counted out, I had 197 cards that I listed. I excluded the Cosmos Hollows that were in there, and there was a thing of older, like vintage cards, like base set 2, nothing shadowless, unfortunately, some rockets, I think. And those I set off to the side. I'm going to put on eBay later. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So that's not included in this list. But for those 197 cards I paid $100 for, made it at a buy price of roughly 51 cents per card, which is a little bit, mostly bulk hits. So, I'd pay usually 35 cents for a basic EX. But beggars can't be choosers, and I got a lot at once. But on TCGplayers, I mean a TCGplayer list, and ended up totaling to $201.39 of estimated value. So about a little, slightly bit over double what I paid for it. Then depending on how it sells and if people bundle cards together, each individual one of those that's under $5, is assuming that it doesn't get bundled with something to make it over $5, has an additional $1.31 added to it for TCGplayer shipping. So you sell those 60, 70, 80 cent cards with that, they take their fees out, you pay for your stamp, and you more than double your money. So I can't complain, and I still have, good God, I was looking at it earlier because I haven't put those on eBay yet. It's still probably like half an ETB box full of them. I sold a lot this weekend, but I still have a lot left to go. As far as that Japanese art binder, or excuse me, art rare binder, there was no special art rares or anything like that in it, just art rares, and I think a couple full arts. So I had 121 total cards I paid $250 for, which made my buy price $2.07 per card. Now, you think that's a bit high for, I like to pay $1 for those, because some of them are worth just above $1, and the most expensive ones I pulled out of there were worth just shy of $20. So that really evens itself out in the mix. I'm not complaining. Again, I needed the inventory. It was getting stale. So TCGplayer value was $515.06 for those. Whew, again with the doubling. Just over doubling. And the way that ended up working out for me is that people were buying them like crazy. People were buying all the cheaper $1 to $2 ones, several up to like $20 orders, $10, $11 orders. I had a few $40 to $50 orders. A couple of them, notably a full art Mew EX from 151 Japanese, sold for $19.99 on eBay. So after everything on that, I think I got like $15 for that after fees and shipping. So that was really good. That was one of those 13 eBay sales. I sold a couple of the other art rares from $4, $5, $6 on eBay. It's just been great, and I still have a ton to go through. And the next time I have a chance, assuming they don't all sell, I'm going to take the bulk EXs that I have, and I'm going to get them uploaded to eBay at my floor price. And assuming that the TCGplayer price is not above $5, I floor price my eBay EX bulk as $3.99 free shipping. And it's the same buy 3 get 1 free, and it matches with anything I have on eBay. So any card game, my Weiss Schwartz, my Dragon Ball, I have what else did I have? The One Piece, Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh. It's all buy 3 get 1, mix and match, doesn't matter. As long as it's under $20 and it's ungraded. I do have some slabs on eBay still. Usually the good ones sell really quick. These are more of the bulky slabs I got from some local deals, and nobody seems to want them, but they might sell eventually. And in conclusion on that, sometimes you just gotta take your chances and see what happens. Even if your buy price is a little above where you might want it to be, you need it. If you want to stick to your guns and maybe hold out for the next deal, I don't know how your area is. But around here, it is ridiculous, like I kept saying. So I take it when I can get it. And he actually has a box full of the Sea and Sky promos. So I'm assuming he opened, seemed like 20 of them, and he wanted $5 per Rayquaza. And I might hit him up for them because they're selling just above $9. I could probably make $1 a piece on them and very quickly make a lot of money on that. I don't know how the other promos do. He's got all of them in a box. I just don't know how well they, or how much they go for, or how well they sell. I might hit them up for those too. Anyway, if you guys need any cards, I will link my Linktree in my individual links. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, as well as YouTube. And feel free to message me, comments, tell me what you guys think. I know I'm not the most photogenic person, and I probably kept looking down and looking away. I'm pretty new to the camera stuff. Usually when I'm doing this, you're not seeing my face. You're usually seeing my hands and whatever I'm working on in the moment. But thank you for taking the time to watch this. Have a great night,